we're now on to book number 4 on the International Booker long list, and we're stopping off at Mexico. And the next book is Reservoir Bitches by Dahlia de la Cerda. Reservoir Bitches is a collection of short stories. Some of them are connected to each other and some of them aren't, and it's about life in Mexico, and in a lot of the stories it's about how crazy it is. And if you read 100 books before you create a long list for a prize, I can see how this would probably stand out for its edginess and its humor. I think the voices are pretty consistently engaging in this book, and I thought this was very light overall. I read this in an afternoon. I thought the rendering of the book in English was also really great, so props to the translator. There were a lot of stories that really felt like someone talking to you physically, and that was what was being written down, and I thought they did a great job with that. I found this to mostly be a fun time. I can't say I didn't enjoy it while I read it, but I didn't feel like there was much of a point to it, and the major reason for that, in my opinion, was there was a lot of repetition of the same type of viewpoint. It wasn't just that the stories were interconnected, it was that they were interconnected and a lot of the characters are very, very similar. There's one too many sociopathic rich girl, there's one too many psychopaths with a gun, and I was hoping for more subtle or subdued types of, I guess, bitchiness in the title to come through in this collection because it is moving around so much. Yeah, some of the stories blend a bit when every character is just a murderer. There's a series of short stories in the book that are interconnected involving a female cartel leader and her best friend who gets murdered, and all of the viewpoints relating to that short story series sound the exact same. They all have the same personality. They all have the same values, and a lot of their phrasing is quite similar as well. I didn't feel a really distinct shift in character type until about halfway through when we get to a particularly sort of God-fearing character. But yeah, there's one too many viewpoints that sound the same is my main critique with the book. There were a couple of moments where the book had really aggressive political commentary, and it wasn't the whole time, which was the only reason I didn't really like it. The very ending of the first story is a very intentional political swipe, but it was a swipe at the type of people who aren't going to read this book anyway. The author is regularly self-aware and satirical as well. There's lots of really great dark humor throughout the book. One of the stories is about a woman who wants to be the first lady to the Mexican president. So she follows what, in her words, are the advice of Tyrion Lannister, and she decides to put on blackface so that she can appeal more to what she sees as the lower class in Mexico. Bizarre story there. But yeah, no, I thought it was a fun short story collection. I thought it was refreshing with the other ones that I've read so far. It wasn't taking itself super seriously, except for a couple of points, of course. And yeah, I liked the tone of it as well, and I thought that a lot of the writing was actually pretty good. Thanks for watching, bye!